Hello, I'm Mark Goodale with Morrissey Goodale's AEC Dashboard Strategy Briefing. One thing AE and environmental consulting firm leaders can do that their staffs often cannot is make declarations. Owners make declarations. That's how they show up as leaders in their firms. Their lives are influenced by those declarations, but so are the lives of many others. People begin to organize around declarations, yet leaders are often blind to the power of their positions and the declarations they make, or don't make. And they are often blind to the fact that they must encourage and support their next generation leaders in making declarations, or their firms will stagnate beyond their direct involvement. Let's take a time out here for an English lesson, and let's look at some definitions before we go any further. Assertion. An assertion is a claim that something is true, a statement of fact. It's provable or it's disprovable. Assessment. An assessment is an opinion. This is a great movie. Assessments are value-based statements. They are subjective and based on one's view. While assertions are objective, assessments are essentially your relationship to them. This is the best movie to come out so far in 2013. I can ground an assessment that a certain movie is the best movie. I can share facts with you why I arrived at that conclusion. For example, it's the highest grossing film this year. Declaration. Making a declaration, however, is an action. JFK made a declaration about sending a man to the moon and bringing him back safely. It wasn't a simple request or a promise. It was more powerful. It set big things in motion. When Kennedy made his declaration, NASA came into existence, and perhaps even more importantly, Tang got invented. A declaration is relying on a whole bunch of people and things that aren't there at the beginning to eventually come into play. All leaders make declarations. We as leaders all have experience making them. We can make them because we have the authority to do so. In baseball, when is an out an out? When the umpire says it is. We have a great little strike zone box on TV now that clearly shows balls and strikes. But the umps have the authority to call balls and strikes the way they see them. Sometimes you can see a ball that is way outside the TV strike zone and the umpire still calls it a strike anyway. They have a particular authority to do so. When a judge or preacher says you're married because they have the authority. You can act like it and live together for years, but until it's declared by a priest or a rabbi or a justice of the peace, it's not a marriage. Your future leaders can and should make declarations as well. As long as you don't cut them at the knees and their declarations are supported, their direction will be taken. Once that happens, they start showing up as leaders to the rest of the staff. They begin to shape the future. Think about the declarations you have made and the ripple effects they've had in your organization. Is anyone else in your company ready to make some future waves? If not, why not? Please call us at 508-650-0040 or send us an email at info@morrisseygoodale.com. For Morrissey Goodale's AEC Industry Dashboard, I'm Mark Goodale.